All right, guys, welcome back to the Independent Investor Channel. Super important. We're 99% toward our goal of that elusive milestone of $10,000 in the M1 Finance account. I'm super excited to roll these videos out for you and chronicle the progress within this account. This account represents what anybody can relate to if you're a beginning investor looking to seek out diversified exposure to the stock market. I've done so in a unique manner, coupled with the power of M1 Finance entering into all 11 sectors using the Vanguard's Sector Spider ETFs. I'm going to drop you into the portfolio. We're going to do a review. Please enjoy. So this account for me represents a lot of different things, and for you guys that are part of the viewing audience of the Independent Investor Channel, you guys know how aggressive I am on breaking down barriers to entry for the stock market. This account represents 99% of meeting my incentive threshold in here. $10,000 was the initial goal when we incepted this account, and we've just crept over $9,900. Haven't done an update on this account for a little while. For you guys that are new to the channel, this is M1 Finance. This is a great platform. I'll explain why I do this using M1 Finance. This would not be possible in my traditional broker with Merrill. Bank of America Merrill is my primary broker, but I use M1 Finance strategically to provide me the opportunity to fund a lot of different ETFs. In this case, this portfolio holds all 11 of the sector ETFs, and it's comprised of each sector that has a custom allocation awarded to it. So you'll kind of see that. But a couple things I want to highlight on the top end here, why this is super important for a new investor. I think new investors sometimes get caught up in the week-to-week and the month-to-month activity in the market. And if I would have known all the action that was going to take place since I started this account on March 5th of last year, maybe a lot of new investors would have been like, no thanks, I'm good, I don't even want to invest. You know, knowing that we were going to go through a pandemic, knowing that we were going to go through such volatile times. But I think the underlying lesson in that is you can't foresee the future. That is not why you invest. You don't invest out of fear. You invest in the stock market to gain exposure to a wealth building vehicle. And M1 Finance allows you to do that. This is just one of many different accounts that I have. I roll these accounts out exclusively because I do have exclusive goals in each. But this portfolio has performed lovely. And I think if a lot of new investors understood that I'm looking at about 15% and have made 15% since March 5th of last year, and have invested in this account for just going on about 16 months, I guess, maybe 17 months or so, and could understand that this is a maintenance-free portfolio. I will repeat, this takes zero effort to invest passively. Passive income is lovely. So I've had some really good market gains here at $1,392. But when all of these Vanguard ETFs pay their dividend, they all pay at the same time. And the earned dividends with just over this year of owning this portfolio has rendered a little over $100. So for a relatively small amount of money that's put to risk here in a diversified, strategically allocated manner, this is pretty impressive. I'm really excited about this, and we're going to continue to grow these once we meet this $10,000 goal. This was aimed at breaking down that $10,000 goal barrier because I think a lot of people don't get invested with the prospects of thinking that they can succeed. And success means meeting and breaking through different incentive thresholds. And $10,000, I contend, is the most difficult threshold to meet. So if you guys are watching this video for the first time and you heard what I just said, I'm speaking to you. You can absolutely do this. Now, it took me 16, 17 months. Some of you may be thinking, okay, I can do this quicker than Ryan. Great. That's not the point of this. The point isn't to race to the $10,000 threshold. The point is to prove that it is possible, where a lot of people don't believe that it is. So we're just over just under 1,500 total in here. So not too shabby, a little over 15% of return. And I think a lot of new investors, if they knew the prospects of what was possible, I think they would say, sign me up right now. Just so you guys understand, I am affiliated with M1 Finance. If you click on any of the portfolio links that I roll out, the channel does receive a small compensation for my efforts and my time. This is a real portfolio. This is not Monopoly. This is my actual money that I have to work in this. And I do this really predominantly for you guys. I do it strategically. I do it to provide transparency on a platform that I endorse, use, and enjoy. So the value over time here, this is kind of cool. This shows how it was performing over time until we got to this small offshoot here. Basically, I like to monitor this, and when the market goes through volatile times, I'll fund up the account. So this is dollar cost averaging here, and then I'll fund up the account with a little bit more and dollar cost averaging until current time of the video. But just to get into the nuts and bolts of this portfolio before we sign off, I haven't rolled this out for a while, but you can see here the power of longer term investing, and I don't consider 17 months of investing long term by any shot. If you're going to enter into a program like this, and a lot of you guys may look at this and say, I'm in. This is great. No maintenance, no nothing. The only maintenance that I would say that is required on this is this custom allocation portion. In other words, you're going to need to determine what percentage of allocation you want toward each of the sectors. This is set by me, guys, okay? So if you do end up copying this portfolio, you're welcome to do it. Take it. It's free of charge. You can edit the portfolio here and change the target allocation to your liking. Piece of cake, easy. This is just set to where I want it for my specific allocation. I wanted technology, number 1. I wanted healthcare, number 2. Financials, industrials, consumer discretionary, REITs, staples, utilities, energy, telecom, and materials. That rounds out all 11 sectors in the S&P 500. This goes a little bit deeper in that it does include a lot more holdings within technology. So these are actually a little bit more broadly diversified within technology. In other words, this is going to have some small cap stuff in it, which actually renders some pretty good performance over the time. You can see with a relatively small amount of money here, it's returned $377. I cannot scoff at that return. I think that's lovely and wonderful. I will take it. And for you guys that are looking at this, new investors, and you're looking for, help from YouTube, or you're looking for that next best stock, this is a far cry from that perspective. And that's all I ever look to do, is offer a different approach to investing, something that can apply to the masses. Yes, a few will win with single stock investing, but the reality is the majority of investors can benefit from investing in the way that I'm disclosing to you right now. If I'm seeing this correctly, guys, there's green in every single one of these categories. These are not made up. These are actual real returns in the stock market in a way that I've allocated. So really hope you appreciate this transparency on the Sector Spider portfolio. It's performing quite well, 99% toward our $10,000 goal. With that, guys, we'll kick you back to YouTube and we'll conclude the video. Thanks a ton.
All right, guys, welcome back. Out of the portfolio review, certainly just a fun way of investing. I've done nothing other than just become a passive investor using the power of diversification through the Vanguard ETFs. I've custom allocated this portfolio. You can take the portfolio. I'm going to leave the link to the portfolio in the comments section below of this. Edit it, use it how you see fit. The whole idea here is to empower individual investors to understand the power of diversification, entering into the stock market. This is a passive portfolio that requires no knowledge of the stock market, using the power
of M1 finance and portfolio redistribution of funds. It's really never been a better time to be an investor, guys. If you enjoyed the content coming through, make sure and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the Independent Investor channel. Leave your comments at the bottom of the video. Share the message, man, with anybody out there looking for some introductory information to the stock market. This is aimed toward individual investors, beginning investors that don't have a lot of experience and are looking to learn and go from a non-investor to an investor. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video, and good luck in your investment future.